Hello, what's up? Welcome back to a new video. Today, first of all, it is so windy here. We're having like 40-ish mile-an-hour winds. I apologize if you hear that in the background. Nothing I can do about it, but I wanted to stop in and say hi. I am sharing some awesome meals that you can make that are super inexpensive using rice. And I have a bunch of them to share with you today because rice is on the menu this week. So let's get started. Okay, now that my rice is up to a boil, I'm gonna lid it, turn it to low, and cook it for 12 minutes. Since today is Black Friday, I had to share with you my favorite Black Friday deal that is going on. Today, November 23rd through Cyber Monday, which is Monday, November 27th, you are going to get the most incredible prices off my favorite product in the world, Lumi. Thank you to Lumi for sponsoring today's video, but if you guys have been around my channel for any amount of time, you know Lumi is my absolute favorite. I've been using it for over 2 years. Their cream deodorant is my absolute favorite, but I also make sure to keep all the sticks on hand. Every person in my real life who I've introduced this to has snagged it up. It's so wonderful. It stops odor before it starts, and it controls odor for up to 72 hours. They have the entire website on sale for 20% off for new and existing customers. Plus, you're gonna get free shipping on every order over $25. This is the time to stock up on all your favorite scents, plus grab all the extras to put in everybody that you love in their stocking. This is the best gift. As you know, I did an ultra marathon last year. I am a huge workout girly, and this is my go-to in the hot, hot, hot summer months of Vegas. I never smell. You can put this everywhere. It's all over deodorant. You can put it on your feet. You can put it on your privates. You can put it on your underarms. When we went to Hawaii last year, I carried one of these in my bag at all times because I was not used to the humidity. I didn't need it, but I was giving it to other people who did need to freshen up because they weren't using Lumi. Sure enough to say, as soon as we left that trip, everyone I was with ordered Lumi. They have so many different amazing scents for you to try, so jump on their website, go to lumi.com/flourishingmiranda and use my code flourishing20 to save 20% off site-wide, plus free shipping on all orders over $25. Happy shopping! Okay, I haven't told you yet what we're making, but we're making a version of a chicken nugget. I usually use chickpeas in them, but I don't have any, so we're gonna use Great Northern beans. I feel like any white bean will be fine. You could use a pinto bean if you want to. We just need some kind of bean. We're just gonna drain this, not rinse it. Okay, I think I've shared a version of this before on my channel, I'm not sure, but we're gonna add the beans, the whole can. If you're not using canned beans, it's 1.5 cups. A little bit of salt. Don't wanna add salt? That's fine. You don't have to. Add any seasonings you like. Kids love these. How do I know that? Well, because I've made them before for kids in my life. Your kids might not, I don't know. Onion salt. Oh, it's gone. Okay, well, garlic, whatever you want, add it in here. And then I'm also adding cornmeal. We'll need about 1 cup of cornmeal. That onion salt always smells so good. Okay, since I didn't have that much onion salt, I'm gonna add some onion, just like dried onion, because I think that'll be really good. My rice is all cooked up, nice and fluffy. I'm gonna add about 1.5 cups, and as you can see, this is like heaping, but I'm just kind of eyeballing it. You really can't mess this up because if you add too much rice, you just have to add a little bit more of the cornmeal. And then you're just gonna blend it all together. You can kind of see that it's like kind of going together. I like the texture of that better than if it's all like mushy. All right, I'm gonna pulse this like 2 more times and it's gonna be perfect. As you can see, it's not completely mixed. That's hot, but you'll see why I do that here in a second. Okay. This is perfect. I turned my oven on to 350 degrees. It's currently preheating. If you don't wanna make these right now, they freeze so good. You just put them in little like meatball size or nugget size forms, and they're really good. They're so good if you add mustard, but I try not to add mustard in case someone doesn't like mustard like I do. You can always dip them in mustard, but they're a great like nugget replacement. I say later in this video that I don't like fake meats. I don't. I would rather have like rice and beans or jackfruit or something, just personal preference. So that's why I make things like this. Mold these into little nuggets if you want to, like I'm gonna do, or you can just use like a cookie scoop, whatever you wanna do. going to bake these at 350 degrees for about 15 to 20 minutes. They'll be nice and crispy on both sides because of the parchment paper. You can make them as crispy as you want. I mean, I think 15-20 minutes is perfect. And then you can dip them in any sauce that you like. I would love to know, since it is the day after Thanksgiving, what's something you're incredibly thankful for this year? Leave it in a comment down below. I'm thankful for so many things, but I will say, if you guys didn't already know this, I'm most thankful for the fact that I am carrying twins. Yes, twins. We found out not too long ago that both of our embryos, my stomach is very bloated from all the food I ate. So it's not just a baby belly. Both of our embryos that we transferred in October stuck. We are expecting twins and we are so excited. I think it's the most beautiful thing ever to start the holiday season in this season of life that we are entering, and we are so excited. So just in case you hadn't heard, I'm letting you guys know, yes, we're having twins. It feels so surreal. Honestly, like, I don't know if I've really wrapped my head around it. There's sometimes throughout the day where I'm like, oh my gosh, we're not having one baby, we're having two. And my husband will do like the same thing, like, babe, we're having two babies. I think when we put it out there and keep saying it, maybe it'll become more real. But definitely a crazy time for us. But I wanted to let you guys know, in case you hadn't heard, I've of course told TikTok and Instagram and my vlog channel, but in case you haven't heard here, that's what I'm most thankful for this year. I have the most amazing husband in the world who lets me cook whatever the heck I want, and he eats whatever food. He loves me dearly. He's taking such amazing care of me as I am growing these little nuggets, and it's just a great time of year. And I love the holidays, so it's like really fun to have this like first holiday, you know, pregnant. So let me know down below, what are you thankful for this year? Okay, these don't look like much, but they are the absolute perfect texture. I am so excited. I'm gonna dip these in mustard. My husband's probably gonna dip his in barbecue sauce because that's his preference. And then I have some leftover rice and we're gonna do a salad on the side. But these are so perfect. Every time I make something like this, we get like hooked on it and then we eat it till like we get tired of it. But definitely try these. If you want to make them as a freezer meal, I wouldn't bake them. I would just freeze them on a parchment paper. And then once they're frozen, put them in a Ziploc bag or some kind of freezer container. And then when you take them out of the freezer, pop them right into the oven. And if you're wondering, I put the cornmeal in with them because they get crunchier than if you just dip them. I learned that trick and I never go back. So you can flavor them any way you would like. Definitely give these guys a try. Okay, let's continue on with these delicious rice recipes. And I apologize if you hear anything in the background. It is so windy here. It sounds like my house is gonna blow over. We're having like 30, 40 mile an hour winds. It's crazy. So this is one of my current favorites, but this is an older clip, but I had to share this again because I'm enjoying this so much, especially now being pregnant. It's been a go-to. Instead of having oatmeal in the morning, I've been using leftover rice. I add some vanilla, cinnamon. You can use oat milk, almond milk, cashew milk, water, whatever you want, and add a banana to a blender, blend it up. And I used to call this banana milk, if you will, but it makes it so creamy. If you don't have milk, you can just use water, if I didn't already say that. And then I put it with a scoop of leftover rice that I've just warmed, and it is so good. When I was a kid, I used to love rice with cinnamon and butter and sugar. Like, that's the only way I ate rice. So it's kind of nostalgic, but the banana helps getting some extra nutrients in. And like I said, you can use milk, and it's so good. It's been a go-to breakfast for me. I personally love to find ways that I can use leftovers for, and I mean leftovers as in I can make a larger batch of something and then have excess. Sometimes we don't actually have quote-unquote leftovers, but rice is so easy to make that I can make a huge batch of it, and then I can find other ways to eat it throughout the week that aren't the same thing, because I get tired of food, especially now. I feel like every single day I'm like attached to something, and then the next day I'm like, I can never see or eat that again. But for whatever reason, rice has been a go-to this week, which is why I'm sharing all these awesome rice recipes with you. Another favorite is my way of making a vegetable fried rice. I use tofu and mixed vegetables with some leftover rice, put them in a pan. I don't use any oil. You can use oil if you want to. You can use veggie broth too. Just add a lot of seasonings. I like to add turmeric, garlic, a little bit of salt, and some red chili flakes because I really like a little bit of spice. And this just takes a couple of minutes. Really, the longest thing is the vegetables. They take like 3 to 4 minutes to steam. Once your veggies are all ready to go, you just add your tofu, smash it down, add your seasonings, and then I just kind of warm the tofu. You can also kind of brown it if you want to. As you notice, I don't press my tofu, just personal preference. And then I already have cooked rice, so I just go ahead and add the cold cooked rice. I feel like for fried rice, the cold cooked rice is the absolute best. It just gives it the best texture. And then I just add that in and mix it around. Turmeric kind of gives it an egginess, I feel like, for the color, for the flavor, especially with the garlic. But if you don't like turmeric, you can add something else. Add whatever you like. You can add leftover veggies. Another great way to use leftovers. Again, I just love making a big thing of rice and then using it multiple different times throughout the week. It's just a great way to use a different starch. But yeah, I just added my rice, mix it up. I feel like this is a great meal. It's high in protein. I have some veggies. I have some starch. It's really filling, and it also reheats really well as a leftover if you have any. So this is just a go-to for me. I like to add cocoa aminos to it. Sometimes sweet and sour sauce or sweet chili sauce is really good. Just kind of whatever you like. It takes 10 minutes to put together. So really quick, really easy, and really inexpensive. Let me know down below, what is your absolute favorite way to eat rice? Oh yeah, this meal costs less than $4. Oh, wow. I feel like food prices are so crazy nowadays that sometimes some of my old videos, I feel like the ideas are great, but the prices are just like so wrong. Looking back from a couple years ago, it's crazy. So these are a little like side that I made for lunch. Kind of like a Southwest rice bowl, if you will. I like putting stuff like this like in layers in glass jars or in Tupperware, just because it's really easy to take with me. Black beans, corn, tomatoes, rice. You can add some cilantro. You can add the Green Goddess dressing from Trader Joe's if you're near Trader Joe's. That one's my absolute favorite. You can add some salsa, but just like a really easy way, again, to use leftover rice or fresh rice, but you can make multiple of these meals and then take them with you throughout the week. I am super into citrus foods right now. It is the one thing with this pregnancy that has been consistent for me since day one. I feel like I can't get enough citrus foods. The more acidic and sour the food, the happier that I am. Like I said, foods vary from day to day. Tomatoes are definitely high on that list, which I'm very thankful for because tomatoes and potatoes are my absolute favorite foods. But currently, potatoes just aren't on our menu. They might be for my husband, but they're not for me. So as for warming these up, I get a lot of questions like, okay, if you put this in the fridge and then you're going to take this to work, like how do you warm it up? I work somewhere where I have a full kitchen access to me, but if you don't, you can warm this up in the microwave, like a glass dish like this can be warmed up. If not, you can always dump it into a different dish, whatever's most convenient for you. You can eat it cold. I know that might not be appealing now because it's winter, but I feel like I look at it the same way as like a frozen meal. Just, if you were to take a frozen meal with you to work, it just kind of depends on where you work. But I do like bringing glass with me like this if I can, because then I know I can pop it in the microwave and feel like good about it. Sometimes I might even put it on the stovetop. If I'm working from home that day, then it's like super easy because I do like it rather on the stovetop because I just like my food that way. But if you're wondering what I added to this, I added lime and cilantro, salt and garlic. So it was really good. These are delicious. Again, I'd eat these cold even in the winter time. I tell you guys that all the time, and so many people agree with me, and then so many people are like, wait, you eat your food cold? Yes. Just a personal preference, I guess. All right, coming up here is another fantastic recipe I have shared many times on my channel. If you guys like pizza, you should try this. Obviously, you would nix the rice, but jackfruit pizza is so good with onions. And if you have like a cheese that you like, it's really, really good. Red onion. So I just take the jackfruit and I heat it up and kind of smash it down because when it comes in a can, it kind of looks like this. Jackfruit is sweet when you eat it ripe. It kind of tastes like the gum juicy fruit if you've ever had that. But you can make it savory and it's really good. We had some amazing jackfruit when we were in Hawaii last summer. It was so good. It was barbecued. They had tacos. They had pizza. They had like burrito bowls. It was so good. So I'm just adding some onion powder and garlic. And then this is the barbecue sauce that I happen to have on hand. And I just let that heat up nice. And then I put it with rice. And I like to have this with a salad. This day I didn't have a salad, but just some red onion with it. And it's so delicious. It is supposed to be like a mock pulled pork. Personally, I have to say, being plant-based for almost 4 years, I don't like mock meats, like fake meats. And a lot of people ask me why I went plant-based. I don't like meat. I'm just not a meat person. But, so I don't like the fake meats because I don't like the texture. And I know a lot of vegans eat those because of the ethical reasons as to why they went vegan. I'm plant-based, not vegan. But I don't like them. But I really, really like jackfruit. And every time we go to one of my friend's house, she always makes me jackfruit because she knows how much I like it. And I just think it's so thoughtful. But It's so good with rice. Put a little green onions with this if you have it, a little sesame seeds. It's really, really good. Another way to use up leftover rice if you have it, because this meal takes about 5 minutes to make. That's a wrap. Thanks for hanging out with me while I was making a bunch of recipes with rice today. Actually, I only made one today. The rest were a combination of what's on our meal plan for the rest of this week and things that I've already made. But since they're already on our meal plan and they're things I'd made, I feel like I didn't have to like refilm them. So anyways, let me know which recipe are you going to try first. And don't forget, drop me a comment down below and let me know what you're most thankful for this year. I will see you very soon in a new video. Bye.